God! Oh my God!
Fire! Oh! Oh my goodness! What's the procedure? What do we do, people?
Bullets are dead!
Oh, how did that happen?
What's up, guys? It's your boy Benny. I often say that our federal government is made up of liars and people who have super low IQ, the biggest dumbass in America. And it's nice for them to prove to us that this is 100% correct. Let me give you the latest example that we are right here. Socialist Jamaal Bowman, member of Congress from New York, pulls the fire alarm as Dems try to delay vote GOP stopgap spending. So he didn't want the spending bill to go through because they had removed all of the precious, holy, sacred cow Ukraine funding. So this socialist, who should presumably care about America, pulled the fire alarm on Saturday to delay the vote on the bill. Jamaal Bowman pulled the fire alarm. There's footage of him pulling the fire alarm, and he said it was because he was trying to get out this door, and he thought he'd pull the fire alarm, and then he could get out the door, and he could go vote. This is, of course, a massive effing lie, and also a felony, punishable by 6 months in jail. Jamaal Bowman said he pulled it by accident. This guy was a school principal, by the way, who doesn't... This is the man who's in charge of teaching your children, protecting your children in school, and he doesn't know what the F a fire alarm does. Jamaal Bowman is ridiculed for claiming he pulled the fire alarm by accident during shutdown vote. Skeptics flag huge warning signs and handles on the door. So again, this is what the door looked like. Emergency exit only. Alarm will sound. Idiot. Jamaal Bowman, of course, is making all of the headlines right now because obviously he is a person who has called for the persecution of people who disrupted an official proceeding in Congress, J6ers. Well, and now he has his own disruption. Jamaal Bowman, is this a door opener? The memes are great. Pull fire alarm, do not touch. Got it. Jamaal Bowman as Ray Epps. Congress needs you to find the difference between these two pictures. They're the same picture. Rep Bowman pulling the fire alarm at the Capitol. That sign can't stop me because I can't read. Push down for insurrection. Correct. We need you to paint this fire alarm. Oh, it's a door handle. So Congress is expecting us to effectively make the assumption that they are too stupid to understand how doors work. That is the basic assumption here. Hopefully we start this week on a better note. Happy Monday. George Santos sharing a meme, opening a door, pull the fire alarm. Well done. Donald Trump went off on Jamaal Bowman on Truth Social. Will Congressman Bowman be prosecuted and imprisoned? Very dangerous pulling and setting off of a fire alarm in order to stop a congressional vote going on in D.C. His egregious act caught on tape. Horrible display, nerve and criminality. Very dangerous, obstruction of official proceedings, same uses against J6 prisoners. Actually, his act may have been worse. Must suffer their same fate. When will the trial begin? Donald Trump saying. Justin Amash, another member of Congress, is saying this is not confusing at all. There's a push bar on the door below the sign. Members of Congress see these signs all the time and know exactly what they mean. I can't imagine thinking that this has something to do with the fire alarm pole on the wall. Stop excusing this recklessness. The media has circled the wagons on Jamaal Bowman. You are not allowed to criticize Jamaal Bowman. He's a member of the regime. He cannot be criticized, even though he's an insurrectionist. His job is to read and vote on bills written 10,000 times more confusing. Yeah. This is where Jamaal Bowman pulled the fire alarm. The door, this is, by the way, a reporter tweeting this from the Hill. The door is manually operated. No button needed to open it. It's an emergency exit. Zero chance he was trying to go through that door. Definitively, ladies and gentlemen, this is truly the dumbest moment in our American history, and we are led by the dumbest people. And I think things are going to get worse. Jamaal Bowman was confronted outside of his office about pulling the fire alarm. Here's what he had to say.
Stand by your statement that pulling the fire alarm was an accident.
You know, I don't know why this has gotten so much attention. I was literally just in a rush to go vote, man. That's all it was.
Are you afraid of any repercussions, either from leadership or from legally from Capitol Police?
I mean, listen, I take responsibility for what I did, but like I said, I was in a rush to go vote, and, investigation will sort everything else out.
Have you talked to Jeffries about it?
Oh, yeah, of course, since day one, yes.
How was that conversation?
Well, I got to keep that between me and the leader, so I'm not going to share that publicly. Yeah, but we've been in touch with each other.
We are led by the dumbest people. Kevin McCarthy, for his part, stating, I look forward to referring this for criminal prosecution. This is exactly what they got the J6ers for doing. There is no way that this man, who's in Congress, who knows that there are tunnels, there are like tunnels specifically for members of Congress to go vote. He never had to exit. He never even had to exit the building. He just breezed right through the security, go right through the tunnels. They see his congressional pin. They know he's a member of Congress. We all know how this works.
I was really appalled of watching Democrats' actions today, to delay it, to get to a shutdown. But when we found that an individual elected to Congress would pull a fire alarm, that's a new low. We watched how people have been treated if they've done something wrong in this Capitol. It'll be interesting to see how he is treated on what he was trying to obstruct when it came to the American public.
Exactly. Oh, my precious Ukraine funding. Oh, our precious federal government being funded. I'll pull the fire alarm if I don't get what I want. This is what happens when you let the theater kids, the cortisol-infused freaks, the soy-infused, you can tell Jamaal Bowman is a low-T individual. You can just obviously see his physiognomy. This is what happens when these people run our government. Are you ready for this? This is absolutely late-stage collapse, controlled demolition, getting people like this elected to Congress. Troy Nels, total badass, held up a set of handcuffs saying, "Are you ready?" while smoking and chomping a cigar. Are you ready, Jamaal? Of course, he should be imprisoned. False alarms, false reports, hoax, and weapons. Imprisonment for not more than 6 months, or by such a fine, imprisonment. So this is the District of Columbia. He could face up to 6 months in prison for pulling the Capitol fire alarm, as he should. One of the best responses was George Santos, who seems to be having quite a fun time in Congress. Have a listen.
Hi, boys and girls. This is Congressman George Santos. This here is a fire alarm. If you lift this part here and pull this down, you trigger an alarm. Don't do it. Stay good, kids.
Yeah. All right. Well, we read you Donald Trump's response on Truth Social, but how about Donald Trump impersonator's response? One of my absolute favorite accounts, Captain Deplorable, and his Trump impression here, spot on.
Jamaal Bowman pulled the fire alarm. He pulled it worse than Jeffrey Toobin on a Zoom call. You know what I'm talking about. I call it honking his hedgehog. He was pulling it like nobody's ever pulled it before. But he pulled the fire alarm, and low IQ AOC was running for her life. She was fearing for her life. She thought the whole world was on fire. What a terrible thing. He pulled the fire alarm, and I got indicted for it. You believe that? They indicted me for something he did. You see it in the picture. They should arrest him. They should take his mugshot, and it won't be as beautiful as my mugshot. You know, the people are calling it the Mona Lisa of mugshots. It's a beautiful mugshot. This is the worst attack in the history of our country. He's attacked our democracy, a worse attack than Chris Christie on a box of Krispy Kreme. That's pretty bad when you talk about it, when you think about it. That's a big, beautiful attack. Jamaal Bowman should be facing jail time, obstructing an official proceeding. He should face the consequences for what he did. A terrible attack on our great country, believe me.